Haushan, Aufzüge. And let's start this video off with the tall towers in Vienna. And now to the first one, which is Vienna Technology Centre, which sadly has hostess. But first we go to a glass Thyssen lift. And now go to a Thyssen service lift. And now to the hostess, which is far too slow for this tall tower. Safety brakes. Oh, that's locked. And now we go to the next lift, which is a 7 metre a second cone eco disc. Well, on their website it actually says 8 metre a second. I personally thought it sort of felt more like 7, but it might be 8. It is extremely fast, and I really regret not getting on top. It was cameras everywhere, and I know security was actually watching him, but I should have done it anyway. Oh.
Elevator on. Aufzug wird nach unten. Going down. Erdgeschoss. Ground floor. Aufzug 11. Elevator 11. Etage Nummer eintasten. Zur Etage 41. Aufzug. D. Auf der linken Seite. Etage Nummer eintasten. Kein Eintritt.
And now to the next building, very secure with little chance of getting in. But I managed to defeat security and get into the lifts, which are some 3.5 metre a second ThyssenKrups. .5 metre a second safety brake! And now to next tall tower, which has some eco discs, but sadly they're only 2.5 metre a second MX-18s. That's a bit slow for this tall tower, really. And now to the next lift, which is in the centre of Vienna. This lift is a really unusual and very awesome lift that runs at an incline. This is actually not a funicular, because it's not on funicular tracks, it's actually on lift tracks, since the incline is very slight. But the weirdest thing about it is the doors are facing the incline angle, meaning every set of lift doors on this lift are not vertical. They're slightly inclined to match your lift shaft. Because this lift's got regular rollers, it doesn't have any of the complicated funicular doors, these are just regular lift doors. But the whole lift shaft and lift doors and tracks and everything at an incline. It's so weird, and it is an epic Schindler D-Series with full intelligent M-series logic. Yes! That's so weird. There's a funicular sort of sideways lift thing. It's sideways. Oh.
Exit. Accessories.
It's too weird. The doors are even at an angle. The doors are not even straight. The doors actually at an angle. I hope you can see this on video. This is quite hard to see because it's only at a slight angle, but it's actually moving sideways a bit as it goes up. Whee! This is very efficient. M-series logic. It is actually the best M-series. And now I go to Vienna Hauptbahnhof. And let's take a look around this station. And along to the lifts.
Türe schließt. Ebene 1. Türe öffnet. Zweites Untergeschoss. Türe öffnet. Stockwerk 1. Türe öffnet sich. Türe schließt sich. Stockwerk 0. Türe öffnet sich.
And now time for some lift surfs. The first lift surf is of this really awesome eco disc. These eco discs are particularly efficient. They actually feel more efficient than normal eco discs, so they're really well set up. They've got a really big, heavy chassis. I actually believe these are MX-20, slowed down a little bit because of how heavy they are, from 2.5 meters a second to about 1.8 meters a second. They're very, very awesome. And now to the next lift surf, which is an absolutely epic Schindler M series full intelligent levelling, absolutely perfect, efficient, and nothing could improve this lift. This lift is the absolute best. Now to the next lift surf, which is in a tall tower. This is a residential tower. There's two sets of lifts, ones that go half up and ones that go the whole way up. But both set of lifts go the same speed, and they're only Otis 2000s and run at 1.8 meters a second. This might be okay for halfway lifts, but it's far too slow for lifts that go the whole way. That is so under spec. And now along to a trolleybus, although it's not exactly a trolleybus, it's sort of a battery plug-in version of a trolleybus. Notice the pantograph's not a trolleybus pantograph, because usually trolleybuses have to have two bits that hold on to each wire, so as it goes round bends and off the centre, the wires follow. But with this pantograph, that's more like a train pantograph. The trolleybus would have to go exactly in a straight line. There's no room for error. That's because it doesn't really move on the trolleybus sections. It only uses the trolleybus wires to charge, then it takes the pantograph down, then moves along on electric. Sadly, this bus only goes slow round town, so I didn't really get that good a footage of it, but it's still an epic bus. And now along to a Schindler D series, and it has M series logic. It's the 1 metre a second 1-to-1 model. It's the model I call the little tiny M series, and very few of this model of M series was actually installed. Nice. Very nice. And now to the next lift, which is the most efficient M series I think I've ever come across. It's even more efficient than a regular M series. That is crazy. You wouldn't thought you could get better than an M series. M series slow down so quick with a controlled deceleration absolutely perfectly and stop so quickly with no levelling speed, but this lift does it, but even faster. It's running along about 1.6 metres a second, and then it suddenly slows down and it stops fast, really fast. It feels like a safety brake. It actually feels like an emergency stop, but it isn't an emergency stop because emergency stops aren't controlled. This is a controlled deacceleration, but it's so fast it just feels like it's slammed to a stop. How can I make a lift this good? How can a lift be this perfect? Bloody hell, that levelling. That's even better than a regular M series. That up to roof one. Let's watch this levelling. Fucking hell, I felt single speed. It's not, it's M series. This is the best M series I've ever been in. How does it do it that quick? Actually feels single speed. It's not as a controlled deacceleration, that feels single speed. Go back up to 4. And now to a place where me and my mum stayed in Vienna. And places to stay in Vienna are very, very expensive. This place cost €40 per night and was the cheapest place I could find. And it's a little tiny hostel, which wasn't even that clean, and the beds were rather lumpy. It wasn't that nice. And when we first arrived, it smelt horrible. Turns out it was just because someone had been cooking something. But the whole time I was there, I wasn't really convinced about how clean this place was. And now we go to Vienna West train station, which has some eco discs. And along to the car park, which also has an eco disc. And now along to a Hilton hotel, which only has Otis lifts. And the main lifts appear to be some Otis lifts and mods of older lifts. I say every time I come across an Otis that actually runs well, I always start to suspect the logic's not Otis and it's got some other logic. And let's just finish up this video with some extra lifts I found in Vienna. Wow. Extremely posh. But is it going to be any good mechanically? See how efficient, how efficient, how efficient. Ooh, pretty good.
Dann hat die Kopf.